There are moments in life when everything feels heavy, dark, and confusing. We feel lost, and we do not know where to go next. Sometimes it feels like our whole world is breaking. Old plans disappear, old dreams fade, and we stand in a place that feels empty. But this empty place is not the end. It can also be a beginning. When life feels broken, we have two choices. We can stay in the dark, or we can rebuild our life with new strength and new purpose. This video is for anyone who wants to begin again. Maybe your heart feels tired, or your confidence feels weak. Maybe you are starting your English journey from zero. Or maybe you stopped learning for a long time and now you want a fresh start. No matter where you are welcome here. You are not alone in this moment. Many people around the world feel lost sometimes. But feeling lost does not mean you cannot find a new path. Today, we will walk together step by step. We will explore how to rebuild your life with calm, courage, and clear action. You will learn simple practices to rebuild your mind, your energy, and your habits. And at the same time, you will improve your English with gentle, easy words. This journey is not about perfection. It is about progress, even if the progress is small. Before rebuilding, many people feel fear and confusion. After rebuilding, they feel hope, direction, and new strength inside. You can make this same change. You can build a new chapter, even if you start from zero today. So take a deep breath with me. Let's begin this journey together with patience and kindness. When everything falls apart. There are times in life when everything feels like it is falling apart. You wake up, and something feels wrong, heavy, or out of control. You look at your life, and nothing seems clear anymore. The things that once made you feel safe suddenly feel far away. Maybe you lost a job, a relationship, or a dream you cared about deeply. Maybe you feel like you failed, even when you tried your best. In these moments, the world feels dark and confusing. You may feel like you are standing alone in a storm with no umbrella. Your mind becomes full of questions. Why me? What now? How do I start again? These questions make your heart shake. They make your steps slow. This is the chaos stage. Everything feels messy and loud inside your mind. Your thoughts run in circles and you cannot find direction. You want peace, but your heart feels full of noise. Many people stay stuck here. They feel the pain, but they do not know how to move forward. Some people freeze because they are scared to make a mistake. Some people wait for someone to rescue them or tell them what to do. Others feel shame because they believe they should be stronger. But feeling weak is not a crime, and it does not mean you are broken. Life becomes unclear for everyone at some point. Confusion is a normal part of being human. The problem is not confusion itself. The problem is believing that confusion will last forever. Before rebuilding, people often feel lost, tired, and afraid. After rebuilding, they feel calm, focused, and ready to move again. This is the contrast between chaos and clarity. Chaos is loud, but clarity begins with one quiet step. When everything falls apart, your heart becomes sensitive. You start to see what truly matters and what does not. The things that fall away often teach you something important. They show you what was hurting you, limiting you, or holding you back. At first, you may feel like you lost everything. But later, you may see that you lost only what you no longer needed. Think of a tree in a storm. The storm breaks old branches, but it also gives space for new ones to grow. When life removes something, it may be opening a new door for you. This is how hitting bottom becomes a turning point. When you are at the bottom, you can finally see the truth. You can see which parts of your life were weak, fake, or heavy. You can see what you really want and what you are ready to release. You can choose again, but this time with more wisdom. This is the moment when clarity begins. Clarity does not come all at once. It comes slowly, like the morning light after a long night. One small thought becomes clear, then another. You begin to understand what your next step might be. Maybe the step is tiny, but it still counts. For English learners, the same thing happens. Before you begin, everything feels confusing, strange, and difficult. You feel shy when speaking. You feel stressed when listening. You feel like you are starting from zero, and that feels scary. But every learner in the world begins from zero. The difference is not talent. The difference is learning to keep going, even when you feel lost. When everything falls apart, life invites you to rebuild in a new and better way. This is a powerful moment, even if it feels painful now. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience, from honesty, and from a new understanding. So, if your life feels broken right now, take a gentle breath. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment before the rise, and together, we will walk toward clarity, direction, and new strength. Accepting your reality without fear. When life becomes difficult, many people try to run away from their reality. They pretend everything is fine, even when their heart is hurting. This is called denial. Denial feels safe because you do not need to face the truth. But denial is only safe for a short time. After a while, the truth becomes heavier and harder to carry. Avoiding reality creates more pain. It makes the problem bigger, and it makes your mind more tired. Acceptance is different. Acceptance means looking at your situation with honest eyes. It means saying, "This is where I am right now." Even if it feels uncomfortable, you decide to face the truth. At first, acceptance feels scary. You may feel shame, sadness, or disappointment. But acceptance also brings peace. It opens a small door inside your heart. Before acceptance, your mind feels full of pressure. After acceptance, your mind feels lighter and clearer. This is the contrast. Denial keeps you stuck, but acceptance helps you move forward. Imagine holding a heavy bag for many hours. Your arms become weak and your shoulders begin to hurt. Denial is like holding that bag tightly and refusing to put it down. Acceptance is like gently placing the bag on the ground. The problem may still be there, but the weight is not controlling you anymore. You can breathe better, think better, and choose better. When you accept your reality, you give yourself a fresh starting point. This is the first step to rebuilding your life. Maybe your life is not what you hoped for right now. Maybe your heart feels broken, or your plans did not work. But accepting this truth does not mean you failed. It means you are brave enough to see things clearly. This same idea is important in English learning. Many learners fear mistakes and hide from speaking. They avoid conversations because they feel embarrassed. They want to be perfect before they practice. But this is denial. It is trying to escape the reality that learning takes time and mistakes. Acceptance in English learning means saying, "I am a beginner, and that is okay." It means speaking even when your grammar is not perfect. It means listening even when you do not understand every word. It means practicing slowly, step by step. Before acceptance, every mistake feels painful. After acceptance, every mistake becomes a chance to grow. When you stop fearing your reality, you begin to create a new one. You start taking small actions that build confidence. You start learning with more peace and less stress. Your heart becomes calmer because you are not fighting the truth anymore. Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is strength. It is the courage to say, "This is my life right now, and I will improve it." It is the courage to begin again, even from zero. So take a quiet moment today. Look at your life with gentle honesty. Accept where you are. And then, choose one small step to move forward. This is how rebuilding begins. With truth, with courage, and with a heart that is ready to grow. A new mindset for a new life. When you want to rebuild your life, the first place to start is your mindset. Your mindset is the way you think, the way you react, and the way you believe in yourself. There are two main types of mindset: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset makes you feel stuck, but a growth mindset helps you move forward. In a fixed mindset, you believe your abilities cannot change. You think, I am not good enough, or I cannot learn this. Because of these thoughts, you give up easily. You stop trying before you even begin. This mindset creates a wall inside your life. It blocks new opportunities and stops your progress. In a growth mindset, you believe you can learn, grow, and improve. You understand that skills are built through practice, not magic. You say, I will try again, or I can improve a little every day. This mindset opens new doors for you. Before a mindset change, life feels heavy and slow. After a mindset change, life feels lighter and full of possibilities. Many people rebuild their life not because everything becomes easier. They rebuild because they think in a new way. Let's look at a simple example from English learning. A fixed mindset says, my English is bad, so I will not speak. This thought creates fear and silence. You avoid practice, and your skills do not grow. A growth mindset says, my English is not perfect, but I can improve. This thought gives you courage to speak, even if you make mistakes. At first, you feel shy. Your voice may shake, and your grammar may be wrong. But every time you practice, you learn something new. Every sentence becomes a small step forward. Before practicing, you feel nervous. After practicing, you feel proud and stronger. This is the power of a growth mindset. It turns fear into small actions, and small actions into real change. Another example is listening practice. A fixed mindset says, I cannot understand fast English, so I will stop. This thought closes your ears and your heart. It makes English feel impossible. A growth mindset says, maybe I understand 20% today, but I can understand 25% next week. This mindset makes learning feel like a journey, not a test. Before listening, you may feel worried. After listening, you notice one new word, and your confidence grows. In life, the same thing happens. A fixed mindset makes you believe your future will always look like your past. You think you will always feel lost or broken. You think your mistakes define you forever. But a growth mindset teaches you something different. It teaches you that your past is only one chapter, not the whole story. It shows you that healing is possible, and that rebuilding is made of slow, steady steps. When you choose a growth mindset, you choose hope. You choose to give yourself another chance. You accept that you may fall sometimes, but you also accept that you can stand up again. Mindset is the foundation of your new life. It shapes the way you see challenges and opportunities. Before choosing a new mindset, everything feels like a problem. After choosing a new mindset, everything becomes a chance to learn. To help you practice, here is a simple exercise. Take one small challenge from your life or your English practice. Write down the fixed mindset thought you often feel. Then, write a new growth mindset thought beside it. For example, I cannot speak English well becomes, I will get better with practice. Or, my life is too hard becomes, I can take one small step today. Read the new thought every morning. Say it softly, but say it with intention. Slowly, your mind will learn a new way to think. And when your thoughts change, your life begins to change too. A new mindset is the beginning of a new life. It is the quiet, powerful shift that helps you rebuild with strength and hope. Clearing the old self. To rebuild your life, you must let go of your old self. Your old self holds beliefs and habits that no longer help you grow. The old self is full of fear, doubt, and heavy emotions. It keeps you stuck because it tells you that change is dangerous. Sometimes the old self whispers that you are not strong enough. Sometimes it says you will fail again, so you should not try. These thoughts feel powerful because they have lived inside you for years. They become habits that guide your choices without you noticing. Overthinking is one of the strongest habits of the old self. It makes simple decisions feel impossible and fills your mind with noise. Fear is another habit that blocks your progress every single day. Fear tells you to hide, even when your heart wants to grow. Shame also belongs to the old self and makes you feel small. It makes you believe your past mistakes define who you are now. But the truth is simple and gentle. You are not your old habits, and you can release them slowly. The new self inside you is waiting for space to grow. This new self carries hope, calm, courage, and a desire for change. The new self speaks with a softer and kinder voice. It tells you that you can build again and start fresh. Before releasing the old self, life feels heavy and confusing. After releasing it, life feels lighter and more open. One powerful way to clear the old self is through awareness. Awareness means noticing your thoughts instead of letting them control you. When you hear a negative thought, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if this thought belongs to your old self or your new self. This simple question creates space inside your mind. It helps you choose a healthier and more hopeful direction. Another helpful exercise is the release list. Take a small paper and write down habits you want to let go. It can be fear, overthinking, comparing yourself, or avoiding challenges. Seeing the words on paper makes the habits easier to release. After writing the list, choose one habit to release this week. Focus on that habit gently without pressure or judgment. You do not need to change everything at once. Small steps help your mind and heart adjust slowly and safely. To support your new self, add one positive habit each week. This habit can be reading one page, breathing deeply, or speaking one sentence. Each small action strengthens the new self inside you. Every step builds confidence and reduces the power of old habits. Before starting new habits, your mind may resist the change. It may try to pull you back to your old comfort zone. This resistance is normal and not a sign of failure. It only means your old self is losing control. When you continue gently, the new self becomes stronger every day. Your heart begins to trust the new path you are choosing. Soon, your thoughts will feel calmer and more balanced. You will feel more ready to create the life you truly want. Clearing the old self is not a quick process, but it is powerful. With patience and daily effort, you create space for a new, stronger version of you. Building daily systems. Many people believe that motivation is the key to success. They think, if I feel motivated, I will achieve my goals. Motivation feels exciting at first. It gives you energy, hope, and a sense of purpose. But motivation is not reliable. Some days it is strong, and other days it disappears completely. When motivation fades, many people stop trying. They feel frustrated and think, I cannot do this. This is why motivation alone is not enough. The secret to lasting progress is building systems. A system is a simple routine or structure that helps you act even when motivation is low. It does not depend on feelings. It depends on consistent action. Before systems, life feels chaotic and unpredictable. After systems, life feels organized, calm, and manageable. For example, imagine you want to improve your English. Relying on motivation means studying only when you feel like it. Some days you study for hours, and other days you do nothing. Your progress is slow and uneven. A system, on the other hand, is different. You decide to study 5 minutes every morning, no matter how you feel. 5 minutes may seem small, but it adds up every day. 1 week becomes 35 minutes. 1 month becomes over 2 hours. Systems make learning easier and less stressful. They turn small actions into long-term results. You can create simple systems for life rebuilding as well. For example, write down 3 small tasks each morning. These tasks can be cleaning 1 corner, sending 1 message, or taking 1 walk. Completing them builds momentum and gives a sense of accomplishment. Reflection is another powerful system. Every evening, take 1 minute to review what you did. Notice what worked and what can improve tomorrow. Micro goals are also helpful. Instead of aiming to rebuild your life in 1 day, set tiny goals. For English, this could be learning 1 word, reading one sentence, or listening for 1 minute. Each small win strengthens your confidence. It also trains your brain to trust the process, not just the feeling of motivation. Before systems, you may feel like your goals are far away. After systems, you see clear steps leading toward your dreams. Systems also reduce stress. When you know what to do every day, you do not waste energy deciding or worrying. Even when life feels chaotic, systems keep you moving forward. They are the bridge between your current reality and your future goals. Start simple. Choose one small system for life and one small system for English learning. For example, life system: write 3 tasks every morning. English system: practice speaking one sentence every day. Follow these systems consistently for 1 week. Notice how small steps create calm, progress, and confidence. Over time, you can add more systems. One for gratitude, one for reading, one for listening, one for exercise. Systems are not exciting like bursts of motivation, but they are stronger, more reliable, and long-lasting. Before systems, your energy depends on luck. After systems, your progress depends on effort and structure. When you combine mindset, small habits, and systems, you create unstoppable momentum. Your life and your English skills grow steadily, even when motivation disappears. Remember, consistency is more powerful than passion. Daily systems are the foundation that transforms small actions into life-changing results. Small wins, big change. Rebuilding your life does not happen all at once. It begins with small wins, tiny steps that slowly create big change. Many people wait for the perfect moment or perfect result. They want to feel ready, or they want everything to be perfect before they start. But perfection is an illusion. It is a trap that stops people from moving forward. Small wins are different. They are simple, achievable actions that give you confidence and energy. Before small wins, life may feel heavy and impossible. After small wins, life feels lighter, and you see progress even in tiny steps. For example, if you are learning English, start with 1 word a day. 1 word may seem too small, but it adds up week by week. Another example is reading 1 page from a book. It is not a whole chapter, but it is still progress. Even fixing one habit is a small win. Maybe you decide to drink 1 glass of water in the morning, or take 5 deep breaths when stressed. These small victories train your mind to believe in your own power. They show that you can take action, even when life feels hard. Before small wins, your mind may focus on failure. After small wins, your mind notices your courage and effort. Celebrate every little achievement. Say to yourself, "I did this today, and it matters." Small wins also build momentum. One victory leads to another, and slowly your confidence grows. Imagine climbing a staircase. Each small win is one step, not the whole staircase at once. If you try to jump to the top immediately, you may fall. But one step at a time is safe, steady, and effective. Breathing mindfully is another small win. Take 1 deep breath when you feel anxious. This simple action calms your mind and helps you make better choices. Small wins remind you that progress is possible. Even if your life feels broken, these small steps show that you can move forward. For English learners, speak 1 sentence today, listen to 1 audio clip, or write 1 line in a journal. These small actions slowly build skill and confidence. Before celebrating small wins, people often feel they are not enough. After celebrating them, people feel proud, motivated, and capable. Remember, rebuilding begins with small victories. Each tiny action, no matter how small, is a seed of change. 1 word learned today becomes a sentence tomorrow. 1 habit improved today becomes a new routine next week. The secret is consistency, not size. Small wins create the foundation for big, lasting transformation. Start today with 1 small win. Notice it, celebrate it, and let it guide you to the next one. Step by step, day by day, Small wins will rebuild your confidence, and before you know it, big change will follow. Facing fear and failure. Fear is one of the strongest barriers when rebuilding your life. It stops you from trying new things, speaking up, or taking small steps. When starting from zero, fear feels bigger than usual. You may think, I am not ready, or I will fail again. Fear keeps you in one place. It tells you to wait, hide, or avoid challenges. But fear does not have to control you. You can learn to walk with fear instead of running from it. Before facing fear, life may feel frozen and heavy. After facing fear, life feels lighter and more open. Action is the opposite of fear. Even small actions can reduce fear and build confidence. For example, imagine you are learning English. Fear may stop you from speaking because you are afraid of mistakes. A fixed mindset sees mistakes as failure. You think, I spoke wrong, so I'm not good at English. A growth mindset sees mistakes as feedback. You learn from them, improve slowly, and keep practicing. Before taking action, fear feels like a wall. After taking action, fear becomes a guide that teaches you. Even failure has a hidden gift. Every failure shows what you need to learn next. If you try to write a sentence and it is wrong, you see the grammar you need to improve. If you try to speak and stumble, you notice the words to practice next. Before failure, you may feel embarrassed or disappointed. After failure, you gain knowledge, courage, and experience. One small exercise is to take one action every day that scares you slightly. Speak one sentence in English. Write one paragraph. Try one new habit. Each small step is a victory over fear. Each small step turns failure into a lesson instead of a loss. Remember, fear is normal. It is your mind's way of protecting you, not stopping you forever. Before facing fear, you may avoid life's opportunities. After facing fear, you discover new paths and abilities you did not know you had. Even the greatest learners and leaders feel fear. They succeed because they act despite fear, not because they never feel it. Think of fear like a shadow. It follows you, but it does not have to lead you. Mistakes are also like shadows. They appear, but they fade when you keep moving forward. Before you act, fear may feel huge. After you act, fear feels smaller and your courage grows. English learning is a safe place to practice this skill. Every word you speak, every sentence you write, teaches you how to face fear in life. Walk with fear, do not run. Let mistakes guide you instead of stopping you. Small actions today will reduce fear tomorrow. Step by step, failure by failure, you will grow stronger, wiser, and more confident. Rebuilding identity through routine. Your identity is not fixed. It is shaped by the actions you repeat every day. Many people live with an old identity that was created by passive habits. They wake up, follow routines without thinking, and feel stuck in the same patterns. This old identity may say, I cannot do this, or I am not enough. It is reinforced by habits like avoiding challenges, comparing yourself to others, or giving up easily. Before rebuilding, your old identity feels familiar. It may feel safe, but it also keeps you from growing. The new identity is different. It is built through intentional routines and small daily actions. Before long, these small actions become habits, and habits shape the person you see in the mirror every day. For example, imagine starting with just 10 minutes of English practice. 10 minutes may seem too small to matter, but when you repeat it every day, your brain begins to learn and remember. You start to notice small improvements in speaking, listening, and reading. Before this routine, you may feel, I can't speak English. After a few weeks of practice, you notice, I am improving. This is a powerful shift. Your identity begins to change from I am a beginner to I am a learner. Routines are like bricks for a new identity. Each small action is a brick that builds a stronger, more confident version of yourself. Even one small daily habit can change how you see yourself. Writing one sentence, Reading one paragraph or listening to one short audio clip starts a new identity of progress. Before creating routines, life may feel chaotic and unplanned. After creating routines, life feels structured, calm, and purposeful. This applies to life habits as well as English learning. Waking up early, taking a short walk, or reflecting for 5 minutes daily all support a new, stronger identity. The contrast is clear. Old identity comes from passive habits that keep you stuck. New identity comes from intentional routines that move you forward. Start small and stay consistent. Even 15 minutes a day of intentional action adds up to big change over weeks and months. Celebrate these small steps. Every repeated action reinforces your new identity, telling your mind and heart, I can do this. I am improving. When identity shifts, motivation comes naturally. You no longer need to push yourself from fear or guilt. Instead, you act because this is who you are becoming. You are a person who learns, grows, and improves every day. Before routines, you may doubt your abilities. After routines, you see proof of your progress and believe in yourself more. Rebuilding identity is not instant, but it is powerful. Through simple, repeated actions, your new self grows stronger, more confident, and ready for bigger challenges. Your routines are the steps, your actions are the bricks, and your new identity is the foundation. Step by step, day by day, you are becoming the person you want to be. Writing your new chapter. Your past does not define your future. Even if you have faced failure, fear, or loss, you can start a new chapter today. Many people focus on what went wrong before. They think, I failed, so I cannot succeed. But the truth is different. Your future is a blank page waiting for you to write. Before, life may have felt unstable or full of mistakes. Now, you have the chance to create something stronger, calmer, and more purposeful. Start by imagining your life a few months from now. It does not need to be perfect. Picture small improvements. Maybe you speak one sentence in English more confidently. Maybe you take one small step in your daily routine. These small successes build a stronger life. Visualizing them gives you hope and direction. One simple way to begin is journaling. Write one sentence about the life you want to create today. For example, I will speak one English sentence today. Or, I will take 5 minutes to breathe and relax. Even tiny actions count. Ask yourself mindset questions as you write. What can I do today that helps me feel stronger? What small step moves me closer to my goals? Before writing, your mind may feel scattered or heavy. After writing, your thoughts feel clearer and your heart feels lighter. Writing your new chapter is like planting seeds. Each sentence is a small seed of hope, growth, and progress. Focus on actions, not perfection. Your sentences do not need to be long or fancy. Even simple words create momentum. They guide your mind and heart toward change. This exercise is also helpful for English learners. You practice writing, organizing thoughts, and expressing ideas in simple language. Each day, add one more line. Notice how small sentences build confidence, skill, and clarity. Before writing your chapter, you may feel unsure of where to start. After writing, you have direction and a roadmap for your new life. Remember, your new chapter is yours to create. It begins with small steps, small sentences, and small victories. Take a pen today and begin. Your future is waiting, ready to be written with courage, hope, and action. Your new beginning. When you started this journey, life may have felt heavy and unclear. You may have faced fear, pain, and uncertainty every day. It was normal to feel lost, stuck, or unsure of the next step. You may have doubted yourself or thought rebuilding was impossible. But now, you have learned something powerful. You know that even from zero, you can create a new path. Before, your mind may have been full of chaos and hesitation. After this journey, your mind can be calm, focused, and ready to act. You have seen how mindset shapes your life. You have practiced releasing the old self and building daily habits. You have learned that small wins, even tiny steps, lead to big change. You have learned to face fear, use failure as feedback, and keep moving forward. Your identity is no longer defined by past mistakes. You can shape it through routines, choices, and consistent actions every day. Before, you may have felt that life or learning English was too hard. Now, you can see that progress is possible, one small action at a time. Rebuilding is not easy. It requires patience, courage, and kindness toward yourself. But the tools you now have, growth mindset, small wins, intentional routines, are powerful. They give you a foundation to build your life step by step. Your new beginning starts today, not tomorrow. Even the smallest action matters, and every step counts. Take a moment to feel gratitude for yourself. You are here, willing to learn, willing to try, willing to grow. Keep practicing your English, keep taking small life steps, and keep facing challenges. Every day you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more confident. Before, you may have thought, I cannot do this. Now you can say, I am improving, and I can keep growing. This is your new path. It is not perfect, but it is real, achievable, and yours. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Every step you take brings you closer to the life you want. So take a deep breath, smile, and begin again. Your future is waiting, and you are ready to walk toward it. Thank you for joining this journey today. Keep learning, keep growing, and let's continue together on your path to a better life and better English.